In this grade 12 accounting video, we are preparing for the 2025 October-November final. We are looking at the exam scope for your paper 2. We have already covered your paper 1, so this is for your paper 2. We are going to look at all the topics that you can expect to find in your paper 2 question paper and what exactly to study under them. The video is divided into chapters, so you can go and skip into the relevant chapters if you are coming back and you want to know the specifics of that chapter. The first topic we are looking at is value-added tax. The value-added tax question is usually an integrated question, meaning that it is mixed with another topic, most likely reconciliation or the inventories topic. What you need to cover under VAT is the VAT concepts, meaning that you need to be able to define them, and then you also need to talk about the ethical behavior in terms of VAT. This is the theory questions. Then when it comes to the calculations, you need to be able to calculate the amount receivable or payable to SARS. To do that, you will need to be able to differentiate between your VAT input and your VAT output and know how to calculate them using the VAT inclusive or the VAT exclusive fractions. So you will need to know your VAT fractions so that you will know what to do if it's inclusive and what to do if it's exclusive, and whether the amount falls as an input or an output. The second topic in your paper 2 is going to be a reconciliation. With the reconciliation, we first of all need you to be able to prepare, analyze, and interpret the following statements. The first one being the bank reconciliation statement, which has a framework, so you have to get comfortable with that framework for you to be able to prepare the bank reconciliation statement. The debtors reconciliation and the creditors reconciliation also fall under this topic. Those two do not necessarily have a framework, but there are some things that fall into them that you need to know how they operate and how they are treated. You also need to get comfortable with your source document when it comes to those two. Then with the debtors reconciliation, you will also have to think about a debtors age analysis. You have to be able to prepare one. Then lastly, you are going to look at the ethical and the internal control issues. This is where we are talking about the theory of this topic. You have to answer those questions well. The third topic is manufacturing, also known as cost accounting. With it, the first thing that you have to get comfortable with is the cost concepts. You have to be able to define them and know how they work. With every topic, you will see us sprinkling internal control every now and then, because this is the theory of that topic. You have to know and answer questions that are of theory in those topics. Then you also have to get comfortable with your break even. The break even, we need you to be able to calculate and also do comparisons of the production level. Then lastly, you have to be able to prepare and analyze a production cost statement with notes. So you have to be aware that the production cost statement has its notes. You have to be comfortable with the framework as well, and then you also have to be comfortable with the framework of the statement of comprehensive income. But remember, for manufacturing, the statement of comprehensive income looks a little different. It's an abridged version of the income statement, or rather the short form income statement. So you have to know what goes into it and what doesn't go into it, lest you confuse it with the income statement that you did in your paper 1. It looks different. It's similar in theory, but what you put into it, meaning the line items that go into it, are a little bit different. So you have to make sure that you are aware of that, and to do so, you have to be comfortable with the framework. Next, we have budgeting. Budgeting is going to be one of the biggest topics in your paper 2, so this is most likely where most of your marks are going to come from. Starting with, you have to be comfortable with your budgeting concepts, meaning that things that you need to be able to define. Then we get to ethical behavior and internal control as well. This is the theory of budgeting. You have to be able to comment, give recommendations, give solutions. Then you also have to get comfortable with preparing a debtors collection schedule, because it affects your budgeting statement, as well as a creditor's payment schedule. So you have to get comfortable with preparing those two. Then you also have to be able to complete, analyze, and interpret a full cash budget, as well as a projected income statement. Remember, you're not just completing it and interpreting it, you're also analyzing advertising it, meaning that you are commenting on it. They are able to tell the difference. That's why the next line item we are saying be able to compare the actual to the budgeted figures. So when the question asks about them, make sure that you are comfortable with how to comment on those amounts. Then lastly, you have to be able to comment on the effect of cost items on income items, such as, for example, advertising on sales. So you have to be able to see the cost item and how it affects the income overall in the end. The next topic we're looking at is the fixed asset topic. Fixed asset has a lot of the things that you would have seen in your paper one. So if you're fully prepared for your paper one, you're not going to struggle with this topic at all. What we're looking at is, are you able to calculate your depreciation using both depreciation methods? Are you able to calculate your carrying value as well? We are looking at asset acquisition and asset disposal. So if you had prepared note 3, which is the fixed asset note in your paper one, then you will be comfortable with calculating the amount when we acquire an asset as well as when we dispose an asset. Bearing in mind as you're calculating whether your transaction is from the beginning of the year, during the year, or at the end of the year, because that can affect your treatment. Then you also have to be comfortable with the recording and the internal control of your fixed asset. Then you're also looking at asset disposal account and the fixed asset register. The last topic in your paper 2 is inventories. With inventories, once again, you're going to start with the inventories concepts, defining them, and then you're also going to look at the ethical conduct and the internal control. You see that this keeps repeating because it's the theory of all of these topics, and a lot of the times that's where most students lose marks because they don't study the theory. Study your theory so that you can answer it and not lose marks on it. Then you have to be comfortable with your comparison of the periodic and the perpetual inventory systems, as well as the advantages and disadvantages of each. Now the question may ask that, and then you also have to be comfortable with the calculation of cost of sales and gross profit using either one of our inventory valuation methods, which is the specific identification FIFO as well as weighted average method. Recommend you more of my videos, be sure to click the like button and subscribe to the channel, and if you have any questions, leave them in the comment section below.